Well, hello everybody, this is Robert. I'm just going to go over a video real quick. I haven't done Arkansas stones in a while. So this is the Bushido. This one's pretty interesting. It cuts really smoothly, and it also does a really nice polish, but there's some spots on there that want to flake off. I've gone over with the stone to see if I can help get rid of that spot or whatever. So far, just did a quick test. I didn't see any chipping of the edge. So I'm going to start with this and then move on to translucent and surgical black. Right now I just have water on it because I want a little bit of bite to it. Because I want to bring out that edge. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it's like very wispy sounding. And I did a shave test last night. It was okay, but I could have used more refinement. So that's why I'm starting out with the Bushido. Bring out the edge a little bit more than it was. I had some high spots here and high spots there that were messing up the honing the first time I tried messing with it. And then once I got those out, I didn't have any other troubles. Now it's just refining the edge. And with this stone, I actually was able to shave off of it. Did a one stone hone with this thing. It wasn't as sharp as I prefer it, but it shaved. I was pretty impressed. Because I have another Bushido that's right here. I don't get that kind of scratch pattern that this one gave. It gave really fine polish. Like it was up there with the translucent and surgical black polish. It was quite impressive. But now we get these chip outs, so I don't know if it was because on that specific razor they had ground on the edge, and so they could have messed up the temper, and so it was just prone to chipping anyway. So this is kind of a test, because this edge seemed to hold up pretty good with the test sharpen that I did earlier. So I'm keeping an eye on any kind of edge degradation and all that kind of stuff. Oh man, yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I did the first video. I was recording. I started this, I could only get hanging hair test here and here. And the center, it was struggling big time. So it's always best to check your geometry, make adjustments, and then go at it. Because when you're using arcs and that kind of stuff, you don't have as much leeway as you do with the caudicle and the ringen and stuff, and slates. You can pretty much put an edge on anything. But these stones are pretty particular. But what edge you do get when you get them is just fantastic. But that might be why a lot of people struggle with them. And right now I'm waiting for that bite feel. Right now it's just a continuous grab, but it doesn't quite have the teeth in the stone yet. But this thing cuts pretty quick. That's the unique thing about it. It cuts fast and it polishes. Quite interesting stone. Because I got other ones that they're lighter color, but they don't. they can leave a hazy, scratchy finish. And I'm not using too much pressure on it. It's just enough to maintain its contact with the stone without flipping off or changing my angle. Now I'm going to use a little bit of Dawn dish soap. And what this does is it pulls it into the stone. Kind of simulates putting pressure on it. And just kind of helps progress the stone a little bit more. Or progress the process, because it adds a little bit more lubrication to it, but at the same time it engages the stone And what's nice about engaging the stone is you're not deflecting the edge, by putting too much pressure on it. You're not changing the angle as it's hitting on the stone, so you can maintain that continuous continuous angle. And I'd say I'm ready to move on to the next song. Let's see. Alright, and so with my stones, I finish two different areas. So this side's a little bit rougher, and I don't burnish them. I don't use metal. I use sandpaper to get a specific grit. Because these stones are my polishing stones, basically. I'm not setting the bevel on these. I can add a little bit of slurry to them to kind of push up, give it a little bit more range, but generally these are just for refinement. So I know people complain about how slow they are and stuff, but if you think about how much metal they're taking off, they're not cutting grooves in it, they're actually taking a whole layer of metal off in continuous fashion. So that's quite unique with the Arkansas stones, and that might be why you can have a harder time getting a good shaving edge off of them, or a good bevel, because you either match up or you don't. So that's starting to grab pretty good. And I already had a good polish from that last one, so the work I have to do is minimal on this, and I just want to make sure I get everything consistent. And I hadn't done a arc edge in a long time. I was surprised how comfortable it turned out. I'm back with the Dawn soap, which I can understand why people don't like using it, because of the soapy, slicky, messy feeling to it. Dries out your skin, all that good stuff. But this is what I found works for me. Yeah, you can say you can use oil, but you're losing the sensation of what the stone's doing. You're gliding over it, which you don't lose with the Dawn soap. So that's why I do it. Because if I want slick, I can use anything, but I'm intentionally wanting that bite on the stone, and that's how I gauge what my edge is doing. I do check on the loop, but that's just mainly to see if I had any rogue scratches or any chip out or anything like that. Excuse me.